You know that feeling when you wake up, stare at the ceiling, and question every decision that led you to this exact miserable Monday morning? Yeah, congratulations, you're Squidward Tentacles. Because behind every fake "I'm fine" and every forced smile at work, there's a Squidward quietly screaming inside us all. And today, we're diving into why Squidward isn't just relatable, he's basically your spirit animal with a clarinet. Squidward's dream job? Taking money from strangers for his boss. Every day, he wakes up, sighs into the void, and clocks into the Krusty Krab like it's a prison. In Graveyard Shift, Squidward finds out he has to work overnight, and you can literally see his soul pack a suitcase and leave, though scaring SpongeBob was a small bonus. Working overnight at a fast food place is the career equivalent of realizing your 5-year plan was actually just surviving 5 years. And yet he still shows up, not because he wants to, but because rent doesn't pay itself, and clarinet reeds aren't cheap. Squidward thinks he's a misunderstood genius. In reality, he's just a guy who peaked emotionally at meh. In band Geeks, he finally gets his big break, conducting a marching band for a fancy stadium crowd. At first, it's a full-on dumpster fire, instruments flying, people getting hospitalized, emotional breakdowns, everything short of a literal explosion. Squidward tries to keep it together, but internally he's filing for emotional bankruptcy. It's only thanks to SpongeBob that the band pulls off an incredible performance at the last second. This is basically you volunteering to lead a group project, panicking for weeks, and somehow winging it so well that everyone thinks you're a genius. But hey, fake it till you make it, right? You know how hobbies are supposed to bring you joy and fulfillment? Yeah, not for Squidward. Clarinet playing? Sounds like a dead animal trapped in a blender. And just to rub it in, SpongeBob once used Squidward's clarinet, the one he puts in his mouth, to unclog a toilet. Painting? Honestly, he's not bad, but his art gets about as much respect as a finger painting contest for toddlers. In Squidward the Unfriendly Ghost, Squidward literally ends up pretending to be dead just to get 5 minutes of silence. And still can't escape SpongeBob's overbearing need to socialize. Imagine being so desperate for peace that you fake paranormal activity and somehow still end up digging your own grave. Literally. At the core of Squidward's existence is a desperate, unrelenting need for someone, anyone, to just say, hey, you're not completely terrible. In Artist Unknown, he finally gets the spotlight, teaching an art class, expecting to shine like the misunderstood genius he believes he is. And then SpongeBob casually strolls in and cranks out literal museum-grade masterpieces without even trying. Meanwhile, Squidward's art isn't bad, it's just the kind of thing people glance at and immediately forget existed. Squidward didn't just lose, he got outclassed by someone who didn't even know there was a competition. There's no pain quite like watching someone effortlessly succeed at the one thing you've spent your entire fragile identity building around. Squidward doesn't hate happiness, he just hates when SpongeBob is better at it than him. In the paper, Squidward tosses away a tiny scrap of trash, and SpongeBob turns it into hours of ridiculous joy. It's an absurd one-man circus of pure chaos, and Squidward, he stands there, fuming, not because he wants the paper, but because he can't stand watching SpongeBob win at being happy. It's not about the paper, it's about pride. And when Squidward finally gets it back, he realizes the painful truth. He doesn't just hate SpongeBob's joy, he hates that it comes so easily. Squidward isn't a villain, he's just the only one honest enough to admit that life is mostly disappointing. While everyone else in Bikini Bottom lives in some cartoon delusion, Squidward sees the cold, fluorescent-lit reality. And yet, he wakes up, he clocks in, he deals with SpongeBob, he plays his bad clarinet, he paints his mediocre paintings, he dares to dream, even when he knows no one else will care. Squidward is the purest form of resilience, failing daily but showing up anyway. And honestly, that's a kind of quiet greatness most people will never appreciate. So if you've ever faked a smile, stared into the void, or sucked spectacularly at your hobbies but kept going anyway, welcome to the Squidward Appreciation Society. Subscribe for more painfully relatable breakdowns, and remember, you don't need to be a genius to be happy. Just survive the chaos with whatever dignity you have left.